In the heat of a Queensland summer night, a group of friends gathered for a festive pre-Christmas celebration. They met at the hidden Turner Butterfly Farm, enjoying each other's company with laughter and delicious grilled food. But none of them could have predicted the dark and fateful turn that their night would take. As they ventured deeper into the Daintree forest, an unknown danger watched silently, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. This is the horrifying true story of their deadly encounter with one of our planet's most formidable predators. On the evening of December 21st, 1985, just days before Christmas, the sweltering Queensland heat embraced a small group of friends as they gathered at the secluded Turner Butterfly Farm, just outside of town. The group was looking to celebrate the festive season with an early Christmas barbecue. As the aroma of grilled food wafting through the air and the crackle of hot oil filled their ears, the friends raised a toast to another holiday season spent together. Around 11:30 p.m., 4 adventurous friends from the group decided to break away from the festivities and explore the surrounding rainforest. After cutting through the dense foliage of the Daintree jungle, their journey would lead them to a wooden boardwalk. They would from this point venture further into the jungle until they found a private dock at the edge of Barrett Creek. This creek is an offshoot of the iconic Daintree River, which is one of the longest rivers in the area, and it's well known for its stunning rainforest surroundings, diverse wildlife, and rich ecosystem. The creek meanders through the dense tropical rainforest, creating a picturesque and serene setting. The area around the creek is lush and teems with unique flora and fauna. This includes a vast array of bird species, amphibians, reptiles, as well as mammals. Some of the most notable of which include saltwater crocodiles, tree kangaroos, as well as the elusive cassowary. Not to mention a number of the most venomous creatures on the planet also call the region home. This includes serpents such as the eastern brown, coastal taipans, and death adders. The group then settled on to the dock, allowing the North Australian forest to serenade them with its nocturnal symphony, their faces illuminated by only the soft glow of a lone lamppost overhead. As they laughed and shared stories with one another, one of the friends proposed that they jump into the creek to escape the night's heat. They were all aware of the potential dangers that lurked beneath the surface, including bull sharks venturing in from the nearby coral sea, as well as the aforementioned fearsome saltwater crocodiles that called the region home. Despite these concerns, the still and shallow waters of Barrett Creek would lull the friends into a false sense of security. Maurice Mealing, the first to enter the water, felt a gnawing unease and quickly scrambled back onto the dock. His warnings to the others, however, fell on deaf ears. Seeing how calm the water was, and believing that they could spot danger if there were any, the rest of the group would proceed into the water. John Robb and 43-year-old Beryl Wruck were the next to take the plunge, keeping close to the dock as they waded in the creek. Meanwhile, Maurice and his wife, Selena, opted for the safety of the jetty. Little did they know, however, that they were being silently observed by an over 5-meter-long saltwater crocodile, lurking just beneath the inky surface of the creek. As the croc inched closer to the unsuspecting friends, the rainforest's chorus would suddenly fade to a hushed stillness. It was at this point that John would start feeling the very same uneasiness that Maurice had mentioned earlier. Overcome with tension, he as well would then attempt to climb back onto the dock. However, just before John could fully lift himself out of the water, a powerful explosion-like force surrounded him. Caught off guard, he was pushed back by the water's turbulence. Amidst the confusion and chaos, John would struggle to understand what had just happened. His friends on the dock, however, had seen everything very clearly. They had spotted the enormous body and tail of a crocodile and estimated it to be around 17 to 18 feet in length. Next, they saw Beryl Wruck, her face contorted with sheer terror as she raised her arms in a futile attempt to scream for help before vanishing beneath the water's surface, never to be seen again. Investigative reports would reveal that Beryl Wruck was likely taken by a notorious crocodile known as Big Jim. The quick and unclear nature of the attack caused lots of guessing and finger-pointing. Instead of being seen as a tragic accident, Wruck's death would become sensationalized, a mysterious, odd, and beyond everyday experience. A few days before Wruck's death, a man was discovered executed mafia-style with heroin in his pocket on a nearby road called Upper Daintree. The media was full of rumors that Wruck had witnessed the execution and was thereby killed to stop her from testifying. And some stories even said that Wruck had been cut up into pieces with a chainsaw and thereafter fed to the crocodiles. These outrageous rumors were so widespread that almost 2 months after Wruck's death, Queensland's Attorney General at the time, Neville Harper, had to address them in Parliament to deny any connection between her death and the supposed drug-related execution. It wasn't until several weeks after the incident that a massive crocodile was reported to have been killed in the vicinity, and after performing a necropsy, the stomach contents of the crocodile would reveal a chilling discovery: the severed arm of a woman. And since DNA testing was still not available at the time of the incident, it was impossible to identify the remains definitively. However, given the proximity to the location of Beryl Wruck's disappearance, as well as the grisly nature of the discovery, it was widely believed that the arm belonged to her. Since the implementation of protective measures in 1971, crocodile populations in northern Australia have seen a significant increase. Prior to this, their numbers had experienced a drastic decline due to overhunting, habitat loss, and the demand for their skin in the fashion industry. The decision to protect the crocodiles as a species was prompted by growing concerns about the potential extinction of these ancient reptiles. Conservation efforts included the establishment of sanctuaries and breeding programs, as well as habitat restoration and strict regulations against hunting and poaching. Additionally, raising public awareness about the importance of conserving these apex predators has contributed to the success of these programs. It's important to note that as a result of these protective measures, crocodile populations in northern Australia have rebounded remarkably over the past several decades. Saltwater crocodile numbers specifically have grown from a few thousand individuals in the 70s to an estimated 100 to 200,000 today. While this recovery is a success story for wildlife conservation, it has also led to increased human-crocodile interactions and conflicts. In areas where crocodile populations are dense, residents and tourists are urged to exercise caution to minimize the risk of unwanted encounters with these deadly apex predators. This includes following safety guidelines when near bodies of water, refraining from feeding the animals, as well as avoiding activities in crocodile-infested areas.
Avoid areas with crocodile nests. Crocodiles can become particularly aggressive and territorial during the nesting season, so avoid areas where nests are present. If you notice any signs of nesting, such as large mounds of vegetation, leave the area immediately. Dispose of fish scraps responsibly. When fishing, avoid throwing fish scraps or bait into the water, as this can attract crocodiles. Instead, discard them in a designated waste disposal area, away from water bodies. Be cautious when approaching the water's edge. Crocodiles are known to use their powerful tails to propel themselves onto the shore, so keep a safe distance from the waterline when near crocodile-infested areas. Avoid kneeling or crouching near the water, as this makes you more vulnerable. Camp away from the water. When camping near water bodies, set up your campsite at least 50 meters away from the water's edge. This will minimize the chances of crocodile encounters at night. Travel in groups. Crocodiles are less likely to attack larger groups of people, so consider traveling in groups when exploring areas known for crocodile activity.
If this episode piqued your interest, then our previous episode about a teen who was permanently disfigured from a rare and deadly flesh-eating parasite is likely to do the same. You can find it on the end screen of this video.